ID?
Yeah.
For records?
I'm not going to argue with you. Write down your request.
Just relax, okay?
No, write down your request.
No reason to get angry. I mean, in a way, you have a legitimate, just tyrannical vibe about you. It's just kind of sort of an aura.
You look threatening.
Do you still think I'm threatening, right?
Well, whether you are or not, I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you, sir. I'm telling you. You better, if you believe in a God, you better pray that they don't actually trespass me from this place.
What's your name and address?
Why would you ask me to identify?
Because are you one of my customers?
Unless I'm cosplaying a car pretty well, I'm thinking I'm more along the lines of just a pedestrian.
I'm going to request for you to leave.
Why?
Because you're requested to leave, you're not trespassing.
I just did submit the records request, so.
You did not, because
I did.
Pay attention
Yeah.
to what you said.
Hey everyone, I am free. It is July 22nd, 2026, and I'm in the city of Spokane Valley here in the county of Spokane in the Communist Empire, Washington State, heading on over to the Spokane County Water Operations Center and, Wastewater Operations Center. Right up there you can see the concrete sign there, stone sign. Heading on over there because we're looking into some unsafe conditions leads, supposedly some hazmat issues and possible theft issues from the property because of some of the materials they use. So we're going to go there and see if there's any merit to those allegations. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can inspect the Wastewater Operations Center's procedures manual really quick.
Inspector what?
Procedures manual.
Our procedure what?
Your procedures manual.
No. You would need to make an appointment with someone and...
Why is that?
What do you want?
wants to inspect our procedure manual?
Yeah, for records.
Do you have your ID?
My ID?
Yeah.
For records?
This isn't a
Yeah,
record.
if
We're
you
not
are-
records, we're operations. Records is downtown.
Oh, no, I get that, but I mean, I'm just looking to inspect the procedures manual for this department for records. Every department has to have one.
No, that would still be downtown. We
You
don't
would
have
have to
that.
request...
I guess I'm
public
confused then.
records
Why does state
request.
law says every department, division, bureau, commission, et cetera, has to have it? It doesn't?
The RCW is what?
425640, subsection 1.
Very good. Well, you can go downtown and tell them about that, and they can direct you where you need to go.
Well, I'll just end up coming back here.
I'm going to request for you to leave.
Why?
Because you're requested to leave, you're not trespassing.
How am I trespassing when I'm here with official business? This is a Spokane County facility, right? Okay. Well, regardless, I am also going to submit a public records request while I'm here too.
Yeah, if you need to look at any records, you have to submit a public records request.
Well, the procedures manual is actually made to assist me in making a records request. That might be where there's a little bit of confusion here.
Yeah, again, you will have to start with a public records request.
For the procedures manual that says it's supposed to be prominently displayed?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you request something through a public records request that's supposed to be prominently displayed for guidance to the public?
Because I don't have the information where you're stating, you're not showing me anything, you're not telling me who you are or who you're with. And
Oh, you have to identify to make a public records request?
Yes, you have to make a public record.
Gotcha, but you have to identify to do that?
Well, you can't just walk in here and demand we give you something.
Well, I'm not demanding that you
Happen.
give me the records. I'm requesting the ability to inspect the procedures manual, which you're supposed to have prominently displayed, I would guess, somewhere up here.
Again, we're instructed directed to send you to the public records department.
Gotcha. Well, I think what I'll do then is I'm going to submit a verbal public records request to you
No, I can't take that.
well, I'm going to make it anyways, for
Yeah.
all thefts that have occurred over the last 10 years at this particular location. And I'd like that sent to anonymous citizen WA at protonmail.com.
You'll have to make the public records request.
I just did.
We are a maintenance office.
You're a public servant,
We
right?
do. And
Are you a public servant?
I work for Spokane County.
Yeah, so you're a public servant. Okay. Yeah, so I just need as a servant for you to take that public records request and just forward it on to whoever. So
No,
it's been
it has
made.
to be done in writing.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
And I'm
WAC 44
going to be
14
responsible
03006
for
says it can be done in person and orally, and also 42 56 80
that. Well,
subsection
let's see
1
what
or
he
2.
finds out from management.
Well, 911's not going to do anything. He called 911.
Our operations manager, and we're technically not open to the public because we're a service department.
You could have fooled me.
Service all.
Gates open. The only restriction on access here to this public facility says no authorized motorized vehicles. I mean, no unauthorized motorized vehicles beyond this point. Okay, yeah. No restrictions on access except for that. Unless I'm cosplaying a car pretty well, I'm thinking I'm more along the lines of just a pedestrian, and there's no restrictions on that.
Yeah, there is, because anybody here is supposed to check in with the front desk for deliveries only.
Well, I'm not doing deliveries.
We don't sell anything. Basically, the gates are open for our vehicles to get in and out.
There's nothing that
Service
restricts
at
access here, ma'am.
stations
The only thing that restricts access is for motorized
Again,
vehicles.
I have a lot to do today.
All right,
so
well, I mean,
if you want a public
I'm just trying to
records
submit.
request,
I just did submit the records request, so
You did not, because
I
I
did.
did not pay attention to
Yeah.
what you said.
afraid that happened. But since your coworker called 911, I certainly don't want the police to think I'm on the run. So,
Well, they're on their way.
okay, great. So I just submitted a public records request. Are you the manager here?
No, sir.
Okay. So
And
I need to understand why you're violating the Public Records Act by attempting to refuse a public records request here.
Boy, you're trespassing. You've been asked to leave. You're not.
How am I trespassing?
You've been asked to leave.
Sir, this is a publicly available space. There's
Irrelevant. You can
no,
go outside and do this. You know, if I requested you to leave the building,
well,
law
I'm
enforcement-
telling you, sir, I'm telling you, you
All right,
better,
well-
if you believe in a God, you better pray that they don't actually trespass me from this
well,
place.
law enforcement is on their way.
All right, that's fine.
So I'm requesting again that you leave this building and go outside.
There's no lawful restriction on me coming here to make a public records request. None. I just told the young lady over there, the sign up front says no unauthorized motorized vehicles allowed on the facility grounds. Fair enough. Unless I'm a transformer, of which I'm not, I can be here. And the only other thing was a sign that directs deliveries to come to here, but there's no restriction on the public to come here. What makes you think that? Are you just the lord of the land? You get to do whatever you want? You know, our country had a war about that about 250 years ago, kind of got rid of all the nobles and royalty and all that kind of thing. Are you a noble? Or royalty, perhaps? Are you a public servant? Do you work for the county? You're not a public servant? Okay. Well, ma'am, as I said, I want the records for, and I understand you got 5 days to respond, all thefts that have occurred at this public location for the last 10 years sent to anonymous citizen, WA, at protonmail.com. Sound good? Yeah. Now I'm going to go finish my business on the property.
Submit the public request.
Yeah, it's already been submitted.
And no, you're saying you submitted it. verbally.
Ma'am, RCW 425680 subsection 2 makes it really clear you can submit the request with no
And
form
I'm
of the
not going
request.
to, because I told you.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna go finish my work.
Submit your request to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go finish my work.
And
Okay? I need you guys to just kind of rein this in and do a little bit better next time, okay? Also, I'm going to submit a public records request for that, so don't delete that video, okay? Please do not delete that video. That's spoliation if you do. Nissen versus Pierce County 2015 says I can get that off your phone, whether it's work or personal, as long as it's work related, which obviously this is. So I'm definitely going to wait for the police. I don't want them to think I'm on the lam here trying to run towards Canada for the wildfire. So I'll be outside finishing up my work on my property, since this is mine. And I need you guys to get back to work. So, all right, have a good day. All right, so I submitted the public records request to the lady and the guy now in there. Looks like the Spokane County Sheriff's Department, which is actually going to be the City of Spokane Valley's police department showing up, but they're a contract police department, so they're actually sheriff's deputies. They're going to be showing up here to make contact with me, I would guess. So I'm going to go around and continue making my public records, or I'm sorry, to get my footage, video, audio, and photo, and go from there. Hey sir, do you guys maintain a lot of copper wire around here?
You have to repeat that question.
What's that?
I said you have to repeat that question.
Do you guys have a lot of copper wire that you keep here?
We do not use copper wire. We have
At all?
pipe fittings, things like that. The only copper wire here is the copper wire that's in the buildings.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's hypothetically, you guys don't have like a large spool of copper wire that you use for whatever your operations you guys
It
have.
would not be a large spool. Define large spool.
Well, you know those old, very large wheels. They're usually about this tall. Just got a ton of wire wrapped around it.
No, we do not.
That's not, so you guys don't have any, I guess I'll say, precious metals like copper. Or,
No, we have electrical wiring, and insulated electrical wiring for panels and things like that.
okay, and thank you for answering that. I do have a question though. Like, why all the anger regarding me coming here as a citizen
I didn't
to?
show any anger. I asked you to leave. We're trying to work. I asked you to leave. You refused to identify yourself. So
Do I have to identify to you?
I asked you to identify yourself.
Do I have to identify to you?
I don't have to identify myself either.
You're a public servant.
It doesn't mean I have to identify myself.
Okay, well, let me make this clear then. So what I'm going to do is when I get all of your records about you as a public servant, you will be identified. So it just makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop the functionality of the Public Records Act. That's going to come out anyways. You're just being incalcitrant. That's all you're doing. You're just doing it to be obstinate. That doesn't really make it look good for a Spokane County employee who is a public servant, who should be looking to assist members of the public. It's not like I'm here doing anything crazy. I'm not acting crazy. I'm not screaming and yelling. I'm not getting angry with you. A little frustrated right now because you're acting the way that you are. And to call people with guns, why would you want to insert guns into the situation? You think that's going to actually make it better? Why would you do that? You're going to call multiple people who have a belt full of weapons for what purpose? To get violent? Why would you do that? That literally makes no sense. What's the purpose of it? No purpose. Just going to be incalcitrant and abusive. Man, I'm telling you, you guys absolutely have to take that public records request. You got 5 days. And by the way, don't do the whole, oh my gosh, I think he's dangerous thing backing up. That is so banal. It is so trite to do such a thing. There's nothing dangerous about me. I'm here as a journalist working on a story about this operations center. That's it. Relax, man. I don't know if you just got back from the Civil War or whatever it was. Looks like you got the pretty good Civil War beard in progress, but just relax, man. There's nothing to be angry about or salty or anything else. Well, right now, this public servant is waiting for the Spokane Valley Police Department to show up. Probably not going to go the way he thinks it will, but we'll wait. Also, did you have any understanding of any signage that prohibits pedestrians coming in here? I did see the motorized vehicle sign, like I said. I did see the delivery thing, which says to come here, if I recall correctly. Was there anything else that says to the public, you can't come in here? I mean, it's just a regular department for the county. I mean, unless you guys are worried about me grabbing one of those iron pipes back there and making a run for it, seems a bit unlikely. Do you think it'll work? What are the odds that if you can continue to bore a hole through me with your laser-like eyes, that I'll just catch on fire and that pesky citizen looking to make a public records request will just immolate? Pretty good chance, or not so much, or no outlook on it? Well, you do win the saltiest guy public servant person award for the day, so. And I do want to remind you, after Spokane Valley Police / Sheriff's Department shows up, I have one more public records request to make for this department. Just remember that. Just remember that. So with Spokane County Sheriff's Department, Spokane Valley Police, do you think they'll start with a tasing or just go to the pew-pews? What do you think? Do you think they'll just straight go up to the execution and just call it good? Would you help them in that? You kind of seem like the guy that wants to contribute.
I'm not law enforcement.
But you seem like you'd be a good fit for, you know, one of those guys that just likes going up and just dropping people at least 5 times a day. I mean, in a way, I mean, you have a legitimate, just tyrannical vibe about you. It's just kind of sort of an aura. You know, desire to put the people under your thumb and all that good stuff. Surprised they're not here yet. I mean, this is a real code 6 right here. I mean, woo! I will say, you legitimately look stark terrified in this moment, too. Absolutely terrified. You know, there is a legitimate risk. I will say this. There's a legitimate risk that Spokane Valley Police / Sheriff's Department may actually arrest me for making a public records request. I mean, they did it to Brian Snow.
January 2nd, 2026, during clearly posted business hours, Brian Snow entered an open Spokane County Sheriff's Scope office lobby to do something the law explicitly permits: submit a public records request in person. The door was unlocked. There was no signage restricting public access. The lobby was open, and the request was lawful under Washington's Public Records Act. Minutes later, Brian Snow is in handcuffs and being transported to jail. Body-worn camera footage captured what happened in between, and it does not show an emergency, does not show a threat. Deputy Travis Pendell, the deputy who initiated a critical Code 6 call summoning multiple officers immediately, is calm, composed, and encounters no difficulty interacting with Snow. There is no disruption. There is no escalation driven by conduct. What follows is not a sudden breakdown in order. It is a breakdown in legality. Deputy Pendell orders Snow to leave the public lobby and submit his records request elsewhere, despite well-established law allowing in-person requests at agency offices. Any agency office. When Snow calmly insists on exercising that right, the justification changes. On camera, Snow is characterized as incoherent for making a public records request. A mental health concern is implied without observable basis. The situation escalates rapidly. A Code 5 is called for backup. Moments later, it's upgraded to Code 6, backup needed immediately. Multiple deputies respond at high rates of speed to what began as a citizen asking for public records. But body-worn cameras are not the only record of what happened. In radio traffic recorded days after the arrest and before the case ever reaches a courtroom, a Spokane County dispatcher and an unidentified sheriff's deputy discuss the incident. It is acknowledged that Under Sheriff Lundgren is already aware the department is facing legal exposure over the arrest. This is before arraignment. When the case does reach court, it does not survive its first appearance. At arraignment, the charges are dismissed outright. No argument, no defense of probable cause. The incident does not stand alone. It occurs amid years of lawsuits, settlements, and public scrutiny involving the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, a documented pattern of civil rights litigation and unlawful arrest claims. When a citizen is arrested for attempting to exercise a transparency right and senior command staff are aware almost immediately that the arrest is legally indefensible, the question becomes unavoidable. How does this keep happening? The answer is recorded on video, on radio traffic, and in court records. Let's get into this.
Hello. Hi. Can I do a public records request?
Yes. What kind of question?
I just had a public records request I wanted to submit.
Oh, no, we don't do that. You have to go to the main office at 12710 East Sprague.
Are you sure about that? I think that I can.
You're not allowed to do that.
That's for the Valley Police Department, 1100 West Malin, downtown.
Oh,
I can submit them any public office.
Sorry, we can't help you for that.
Yeah, actually, you have to.
I can argue with you. What's your name, sir?
What's your name?
Deputy Pendel. What's your name, sir?
I don't have to give you my name. Have I committed a crime?
There's nothing we can do for you.
Yeah, actually, no, you can't ask me to leave. This is a public building. Isn't this a public office?
Show me code 5. Show me code 5.
Get the fuck over! God!
Demanding a public records request at the Millwood scope.
Do you know about the Public Records Act? Maybe
There's
not.
nothing we can do for you. You're scaring me a little bit with your inability to reason here. I've got volunteers here, so why don't we go outside and we can have this conversation.
This is a public lobby, right? I'm not going to hurt anybody. I don't. I'm not. I mean, I don't have any weapons or anything. I'm just trying to document doing a public records request.
You gals want to step outside?
yes.
I'm gonna go leave it.
All right.
Is this not a? Am I not in a public office?
You've asked for a public records request. I've told you where you can go to get those, and we haven't achieved communication. You're arguing with me about whether you can get them here. So
Have you read the Public Records Act?
At this point, sir, you're going to have to leave if we can't.
No, it's the law. Do you not uphold the law? I'm just curious. Do you uphold the law or not? Aren't you a law enforcement officer? Wow, you really called other people here because of me?
You came in our back door. You demanded a records request, and I don't know who you are
right by
or
here
what you
and
need.
eyeball us with your camera
Okay.
out earlier.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing?
This guy's in his right mind.
What's your? I'm in my right mind. What's your name and badge number?
Where he can get the services he's asking for.
What's your?
Trespassing right now.
No, hold on a second. Hold,
arrest.
wait, I need you to. Can you please identify yourself?
Leave or you're under arrest.
Yeah,
Will you please identify yourself?
Conversations being recorded on our end.
Okay, that's fine. I'm recording it too. Will you please identify yourselves? I will leave under threat of arrest. I will leave.
You need to leave.
You're trespassing.
How am I trespassing?
You need to leave now.
This is a public lobby.
This is not a public lobby.
Okay, okay. Listen. For what? This is not a public lobby.
If it's not accessible, I told you multiple times you're under arrest. You're trespassing.
The front door is locked. You came in the back door. Sir,
Listen,
if you
I
had
was
just
upstairs.
worked with me, we could have achieved communication.
I was
here.
upstairs.
Sir, I watched you walk by the front door about 10 minutes ago with your camera out, and you stared in here like you knew this was the front door.
I was upstairs. I talked to the ladies upstairs.
Sir, I don't know what your game is or what you're trying to instigate here.
I'm not trying to instigate anything.
I'm sorry you wouldn't listen to me when I told you where you could get that request.
Alcohol. Illegally arrest me. Yeah, you're illegally.
Here's your body cam.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Arrest me.
Yeah, you're illegally being arrested
How?
for trespassing. This is not a public lobby. This is not a public building. There's nothing public about it.
Okay.
You're under arrest.
It's not publicly accessible?
Nope. Absolutely not.
Well, this is awkward, but let's get into the Washington State trespass statutes and debunk the beliefs of Lord Deputy Commander Ball of the 323rd Trespass Brigade's high-minded and completely incorrect assessment of how trespass laws actually work in Washington State. What Deputy Ball said here is 100% factually incorrect. Everything about that location as Mr. Snow interacted with it was open to the public at that time. The hours on the front doors stating it was open during the hours he visited and the day he was present. No signage prohibited entry into the office, and the door was unlocked. Deputies are not able to take the people's buildings and whimsically decree them as off limits. Since Mr. Snow was lawfully present in accordance with RCW 9A.52.090, Defenses Against Criminal Trespass, he did have a defense against the illegal arrest. Up until the point that the Spokane County prosecutor dismissed the charges at arraignment, he had a defense. Now he doesn't need one. Not looking good for you, Deputy Ball. Or the Spokane County Sheriff's Department. I'm just saying, yikes.
Step your feet. Like I said, you're under arrest for trespassing in the first degree. Well, I hope you got what you were looking for. To be arrested. Brilliant. You guys are outrageous. We are.
It says the guy that came in with a phone telling us my identifier.
Where is my phone? As you're trespassing.
Where is my phone?
It's being seized, probably. I told her to fix that door. I told her to fix that door. There you go. You can sit in there and reflect on your thoughts for a little bit. That's weird.
What was he doing? Banging on the door?
He somehow gained access in the middle of that area. I told her to fix that door. 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 He somehow gained access in the middle of that area.
Into there?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How do you do
We
that?
told her last week that somebody needs, because the door just doesn't lock.
Someone walked in on Ball.
Hi.
Can I please speak with a supervisor?
No. Eric, can you hear me? Speak English? You have the right to
speak with a supervisor.
No. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney this time for answering any questions. You have the right to have your attorney present during the question. If you cannot afford an attorney, well, be appointed for you without cost for any question. If you
violating my rights.
Do you understand these rights?
Yeah, I understand.
Are these
my
rights of mine? Do you understand my questions?
I would love to.
Perfect. What are you doing today?
I am filming in publicly
It's not
accessible
public.
areas.
No, it's not. It's not
Yes,
public.
it is.
No, it's not.
I walked in through a door that was not locked. There are not any signs that say that
Not
I can't
public.
be there.
You can't just wander around in any room you want.
It
is not open to the It's not open to the public.
It
It's a
does not
private
say.
building.
It doesn't say authorized personnel only.
Doesn't
There's
have to.
no. There's no
Doesn't have to.
restrictions.
You
Yes,
can't
it
just
does.
wander around.
Look up the law, dude.
I'm not arguing with you. You're
don't-
going to jail. I don't really
well,
care.
okay, then
So
guess
you just
what?
wander around public buildings
Please tell me
until-
your name and badge number because
Right here.
you will be
And
attached
it'll be under the
personally,
citation.
and you will be. Can you please just at least answer it and tell her I'm arrested?
No.
Dude, it shouldn't come down on to her. Please. It's a 10-year-old and my girlfriend. Just answer it and tell her that I'm arrested. Please.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you'll teach all of us. We're in for one. Man, you got us good.
Yeah, I sure did.
Sure did. I'm very scared. I'll stay awake tonight.
Look up Sam.
And now we're on to analyzing some radio traffic that identifies that the Spokane County Sheriff's Office knows they're going to get sued. Here's where this stops being a miscommunication and becomes institutional awareness. In radio traffic recorded days after the arrest and before arraignment, you can hear dispatch and an unidentified sheriff's deputy discussing the fallout. The language used indicates the sheriff's office already expects to be sued over what happened to Brian Snow. Listen for the reference to Under Sheriff Lundgren and listen for how certain they sound about what's coming next.
Tuesday, January 6, 2026. 10:39 and 19 seconds.
Hello?
Hi, it's Andrea.
Yes.
Making you aware of 7125.
Is it the same thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm in talking to Sheriff London right now, and they're going to have I.A. handle it. I.A. is going to look at it, and they're going to give them a call this gentleman, because it'll probably result in a lawsuit, apparently.
Okay.
So,
Tuesday, January 6, 2026, 10:57 and 04 seconds.
Hello.
hey, so I just talked to Justin Lundgren. Just any of those that come in, they're all referred to OPS by Under Sheriff Lundgren.
Okay.
So if you will send a call them, they're worried it's going to be a lawsuit after watching the video, so...
As multiple deputies had told Brian to exit multiple times, advised him this was not a public lobby, and told him he would be placed under arrest if he did not leave, to which he did not, the deputies developed probable cause to arrest Brian for trespassing in the first degree, since Brian had knowingly and unlawfully remained within the building. This is certified under penalty of perjury under Washington law.
All right, thank you. Based upon that narrative and understanding, I'm only getting one side of the story.
May I interrupt?
You sure may.
We are actually going to be moving to dismiss this.
Before we begin, the January 2026 Millwood Scope incident just referenced analyzes court record facts. Claims made by Brian Snow, who publishes online as Moscow Snow, reporting from Inland Auditing Media, and Buffalo Brian Green, who reported with powerful evidence the outrageous behavior of Deputy Pendel as both a city police officer for a time in Cheney, Washington in the 1990s, and later during his tenure as a deputy sheriff in Spokane County. When credibility is part of the badge, an officer's history matters. Deputy Travis Pendel did not arrive at the Millwood Scope controversy with a spotless record. A 2020 federal court order recounting facts from Pendel's own complaint says that while working for the Cheney Police Department in 1996, Pendel incorrectly identified himself in a DUI report as the officer who transported the suspect. At trial, he testified that he had not transported that person. His superiors then told him to resign or face termination for falsifying a police report. Pendel resigned. Years later, the Spokane County Prosecutor's Office placed Pendel on its potential impeachment disclosure list, commonly called a Brady list. The court record says he was notified that the placement involved a sustained finding concerning false or misleading statements connected to an investigation. Pendel disputed the process and sued, seeking removal. In 2020, the federal court dismissed Pendel's claims. That ruling did not decide every factual dispute about his conduct, but it left the prosecutor's placement decision intact on the Brady list. That history is the unavoidable backdrop to what is now fact in what happened when Brian Snow was savagely abused by the Spokane Sheriff's Department at the West Valley Scope office in Millwood when he was falsely and maliciously arrested. Snow entered what was a public-facing office to submit a public records request. Videos published by his Moscow Snow channel shows the interaction and body camera footage. Deputy Pendel refused to clarify whether Snow was standing in a public lobby, escalated an encounter centered on recording and access to record, and turned a public records request into an arrest, also jeopardizing Mr. Snow's life by calling in Code 6, a call reserved for the most serious and dangerous encounters, summoning 6 other law enforcement officers. Deputy Pendel manufactured and misrepresented a Code 6 response. The evidence is on video. It is all evidenced by dispatch audio, computer-aided dispatch log, body camera footage, incident reports, radio traffic, and later, the complete dismissal at arraignment, let alone Mr. Snow's own video camera evidence. Here's why this pattern matters. An officer previously identified for potential impeachment disclosure because of a report falsification incident should understand better than almost anyone that accuracy is not optional. A call code is not theatrical language. An incident report is not a prop. Each official statement can trigger armed responses, justify detention, shape charging decisions, and influence what a court later believes.
Dismissed, and I think Spokane County's grabbing its ankles as it prepares to get the 7th Amendment. You know, we're in that special secret place. Yeah, you guys are getting sued pretty hard by Brian. It's not going to be pretty. So I'd suggest, just because the county's probably going to, well, guarantee you is going to get sued if something goes wrong here today, I'd probably not count your chickens before they hatch here. Well, heck, I still got to get more work done. Did you want to go do a walkabout with me still? Just make sure I don't grab your iron pipes and make a run for it. Or... that happen a lot around here? Big, like 10-foot iron pipes get stolen, or?
Stuff gets stolen all the time.
Aha. Thank you for confirming that. That was one of the reasons I came here today, hence my records request for theft. Oh, it looks like we got a county vehicle here. Hey, sir, are you the director here by chance?
Not the director.
Gotcha.
What are you doing?
Well, I've got a problem here. Employees are preventing me from finishing my public records request.
This is not where you do public
Absolutely,
records
100%
requests.
you can do it. State statute makes it very clear. Any department, division, bureau, commission, etc.
There are forms for this, and there are
You can do it
people for this
orally and you can
Spokane
do it in
County.
person. I could just submit it to you orally right
Okay,
now.
Go for it.
Well, what I'd like to do is, first of all, view the procedures manual that every department is supposed to have for public records. Every department, even though it's the county, every department has to have one. You can read it in section 40. I'd like to inspect that first because it's going to aid me in making my public records request. It's a tool meant to assist me in doing so. So I'd like to view that, please. Section 40 says it shall be prominently displayed in that office,
Okay.
preventing me from doing business, lawful
Well, it's
business.
kind of hard to blame them. You're wearing a mask and have a, I don't know, is that a camera?
It is. Is that illegal?
I don't know, but
It's-
you look threatening.
I look threatening.
Yes.
So during COVID, did you guys just like set
Is
up
it
50
still
caliber
during-
machine gun nests to keep all the...
Still during COVID?
What's that?
Is it still during COVID?
No, but you can still choose to wear what you want. Like, I don't
Yes,
tell you
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 can.
can't wear a red shirt.
No, but you're going to get a reaction depending
I'm
on
not
what
looking
you're
for that.
wearing.
I'm looking to actually just view the published procedures manual. You know, I can promise you this, sir. I have never once in my entire life heard of a villain, masked or otherwise, showing up to record their desperate felony at looking to inspect a public records procedures manual. I know most people would think that's the top shelf crime of the century, but believe it or not, it really isn't. So
I'm not,
I like to
I'm
think
not disagreeing with you. What I'm trying to
you don't
get
seem
at to you-
terrified
okay,
right now.
I'm not. You look threatening.
I look threatening.
Yes. You look threatening.
I look threatening.
Yes.
Exactly. Why would you? We're just having a conversation.
Well, because you're wearing a mask, you're wearing what looks like a tactical vest.
It's a fisherman's vest.
Okay.
It has extra batteries in it.
Okay. You have a bunch of stuff that you're pointing at people. I mean,
Well, I
you can
record my
underst-
interactions with
You know,
government.
if you don't let somebody finish their sentence, it's difficult to have a conversation. Am I right?
Go ahead.
Okay. When you show up like this, you're going to get a reaction. And obviously, you're being confrontational. You know specifically that you're going to get a reaction. That appears to be that that's what you're trying to do, is get a reaction.
Why would you say
Am I
that?
wrong?
You are wrong. I'm happy to tell you exactly what I'm doing.
Okay, go for it.
If you'd prefer. I got leads that this department, which is completely accessible to the public, right? There's no restrict. Now, granted, you do have signs that says like no unauthorized motorized vehicles. Fair enough. I'm not a transformer. I'm not a GoBot. We're good to go. No robots in disguise here. So I'm coming here to make a records request because someone in the local area reached out to me and said, hey, if you try to go in here and make a public records request, they will refuse it. And that is exactly what happened when I went in there. And then when I went to inspect the procedures manual, it's not present and available to the public to inspect either. So go ahead.
There are a couple of things. This is a maintenance shop. This is not a typical welcome to the public place. This is not set up for public access. And if we do not have this, whatever it is that you're talking about, and we need it, then obviously we'll have to get it.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if you're genuinely here to make a public records request, then we'll take it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
However it needs to happen, we'll take it.
Cool.
And pass it on to whoever needs it.
Great. Well, if we could head inside, I'd be happy to submit that. And I appreciate this is part of public works. So, as an operations center, are you the leader or the manager of it? Or
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I was just realizing when I said director, it was probably along the lines you're thinking like, well, no, I'm not the director of public works or something like that.
Right. The director's my boss.
Fair enough. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Kim, can you look online and see if we have a form for a public records request somewhere?
Yes. It can be made online. I looked at that.
Also, sir, I don't know the guy's name over there, so I'm going to also need to submit a records request for information about him as a public servant. But I also want to make sure that I do wait here because he threatened me with the police, called the police, and they're apparently on their way. I don't want them to think I'm on the lam or, getting ready to run Canada or something like that. So I definitely want to wait for either Spokane Valley Police or the Sheriff's Office, whichever one it is.
That's fine. And we discussed that. The reason is because you look threatening.
Do you still think I'm threatening, right?
Well, whether you are or not, I don't know. I mean, I've dealt with crazy people that didn't look threatening until they were.
Sure.
And you're definitely dressed
With a
threateningly.
fisherman's vest and a gator.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm guessing you're not really thinking it's a threat, though. Otherwise, you wouldn't have let me into a building that just got locked.
Well, I'm a grown man, and I don't see any obvious weapons on you. If you did have weapons on you, then you'd be out. And
They want everything to be done online. They want you to create an account. They want you to enter your email address and password.
That's a
so they
violation
can
of state law.
direct it to the correct department.
Yeah, it's just a violation of state law.
is there any kind of form that you can print or anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, if you got a blank piece of paper, I'll do it that way.
So
We can do
submit a
that.
request to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, 911.
So, sir, can I get your name? Because I need to submit public records about you as a public servant. Just work-related records, I mean.
Excuse me.
He's a supervisor. We'll just leave it at that for now.
Well, if I just request the supervisor's records for the day, you're a supervisor as well.
I'm not. I'm a manager. I'll give you my name.
Okay.
My name is Chris Walker.
How do I identify him to get
He's
his
a
records?
supervisor.
Is
There's
he
only
the
there's
only
only two of them.
supervisor?
There's only two of them, and he's the only one here today.
So he's not going to identify then?
I'm not going to identify him unless I'm told to identify him.
Who would tell you to identify him?
Somebody above me.
Well, can you request that? Because what I'm trying to do is when this request gets to the public records officer for Spokane County or Public Works, whichever one, because every department has to have their own PRO. When it gets to them, they're going to ask for clarification. So I'm actually just trying to aid the county in being more efficacious about this. So if I can say it's Adams or whatever his name is.
Your supervisor will be enough. There's only two here.
Okay. So let me ask you this. When I get his records then, what is the reason that you would choose, knowing that I'm going to get them, to make it more difficult now?
Because I'm not the one that is in charge of any of this. As soon as you write this down, we pass it off to the public records people, and then that information comes back down to me, specifically what I am supposed to provide. And if they say provide name, then I will provide the name.
Well, my point though is this. I can guarantee more than the sun will come up in the morning, I will get all of his information. That's lawfully allowed to be had, right?
Which is fine.
So then the issue becomes, if I'm going to get all of his information, why not just at least for purposes of making the records request, just make it easier by saying, okay, it's Adams.
If you're so sure you're going to get the information, then why are you worried about it?
Because I'm trying to make it easier on me. It's about my convenience.
Okay, well,
as the citizen,
your convenience at this point is not 100% top of my mind.
So you're not a public servant?
I'm a public servant.
Wouldn't you think the best service to provide as a public servant would
Are you one of my customers?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am.
What's your name and address?
Why would you ask me to identify? I have a
Because
Fourth Amendment.
Are you one of my customers?
I don't need to identify that.
Well, then why do I need to identify him?
Because he's a servant. I need to know my servants' names.
He's a supervisor.
So
That's
can
enough.
Get the servant's
That's enough.
information. Ah, man, you're just being obtuse. There's
Yes,
no reason
I'm
to
being
be like
obtuse.
this.
Yes, there's plenty of reason.
Okay, what are the reasons?
Look, I'm not going to argue with you. Write down your request.
Just relax, okay?
No, write down your
There's
request.
No reason to get angry.
Yeah,
you're just getting frustrated for no reason.
And
I'm just
you're
talking with you.
intentionally making me frustrated, and you're intentionally making me angry. I think that's what you're trying to do.
I think you're completely wrong. I've been measured, controlled, and reasonable the entire time.
Dressed like this.
Huh?
That's your opinion.
Dressed like this. Just write down your request.
I'll do it at my own pace. Just relax, okay? Jeez,
All right.
Have a coffee or a soda or something, or blood pressure meds, whatever would work for you.
Write down your request and be done.
Well, I also got to wait in the
lobby here for the police. Now, sir, remember, I politely asked you earlier to not delete the videos, photos, etc. off of your phone. I don't know if that's your personal phone or your work phone, but either way, the Nissen versus Pierce County ruling from 2015 says even if it's a personal phone, if it's work-related information, I can get it. So I politely ask that you not delete that so that I can get that off that phone, that device. And then I need the same for her. So who is she?
She's the staff assistant.
She's the only staff assistant?
Yes.
And you don't want to provide her name either?
No.
Ma'am, are you going to provide your name?
No.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I do want to clarify for you, Chris, that there have been 2 public records requests made today. One was made in compliance with statute, orally and in person earlier to both of them. And then I made the written one here. So both require, or provide rather, the county a 5-day window to respond. So I'd like to make sure that those 2 separate public records requests are logged. So I made that to them earlier. It was pretty straightforward with what it was. I'd just like to make sure that you're on notice that that one also has the 5-day.
And what was it? What was the oral?
Well, Chris, I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, even though you're getting a little heated, I understand you may not really think I'm your best friend forever here. Those 2, I made it clear. I cited the statutes and whatnot. They received it.
What was it?
Well, I gave that to them. They are supposed to reduce that to paper, and if they have clarifications, they can ask for it. But since they're being incalcitrant and you're not, partially, I'd like to make sure that if they have any questions, I'll provide them that. Then they can reduce it to written form if they so choose to do so. Or they could have a fantastic memory like I do and just simply relay it to the PRO for either Public Works or the county. So, and I'm just going to sit over here and wait for the police. Be right back. Here you go, Richard. What do you think? Think it's going to be a tasing and a beating, or no idea? Spokane Valley Police. Are you guys here for the felony arrest, or?
No, I'm just here to see what I'm Deputy Collins.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Richard Morehouse.
Hi.
You wanna call?
Go talk.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Well, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too shabby. You guys got SWAT on the way?
No.
Oh. Seemed like a high priority call for a Code 6 sort of thing. Granted, an hour-long Code 6, but...
What is going on today, man?
Well, I came here to do a public records request and then to work on a story that I had to lead about. And Richard in there kind of had a meltdown, so decided to call for the pew-pews and tasers and all the good fun stuff. So that's about it. I just didn't want you guys thinking I was making a run for it to Canada or something, so I wanted to hang around.
Okay.
Didn't want to put you out of your way to have to chase me all the way up there or something like that. So it's a long drive. And all the forest fires, it's a little wacky right now.
Alright.
How about you? How's your day treating you?
Not bad. It's a little warm out.
It is a little warm out. I'd say like hot, but I don't know. Maybe you're from Arizona and you find this to just be a charming degree of weather at this point.
No, it's definitely hot. Especially with all this stuff on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get a bit of that with my fisherman's vest. I just carry it for all my extra batteries and stuff, but it's still, even with the back, it's like opened up, it's still hot.
Yeah, I bet.
Probably not nearly as hot as all that, but whatever.
Still warm.
You got a business card I could get, by the way?
I do not have a business card.
Any way I could talk you out of the incident or call number or whatever?
Yeah, I can get you the incident number
Cool.
for sure.
Appreciate it. Hey, ma'am, I just wanted to triple extra super duper check if you wanted to publicly identify before I get the records request back. I mean, I know who Chris and Richard is.
For the third time, I said no, thank you.
Why you gotta be like that, ma'am?
I just gotta go over here.
Everything good to go, Chris?
All good for me.
Okay. I gotta go clarify if you guys are good. I gotta head out and do some more stories today, so I'm gonna go see what's up. You coming out? Or?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Deputy, is everything good here, or?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Good.
All right, take care. Have a good day. Miller, you have a good day.
You have a
All
good
right.
day as well.
Take care.